Hello, Fonz.
Hi.
And we are live on Facebook on the United World Radio page. And this is the first of a series of shows telling you all about United World Radio and what we're planning to do. We've been talking about interviewing people and...
Yep. Well, hopefully this section here will come to a bit where we can talk to show presenters and they can basically give their show a big push, or anybody who wants to come on, maybe viewers. Could get used to saying listeners again.
Yeah,
listeners.
no. Yeah.
Listeners. I remember when I first got involved with Be Live TV, I kept saying listeners, and now it's the other way around. They have listeners and what they like and things they would like to hear as well.
Yeah, because I know we've started it, but it's our station, isn't it? Because we're actually showcasing people who broadcast live on Facebook and taking the audio of the shows that they're doing across onto United World Radio.
Yeah.
And we've got some interesting people joined us, which is pretty good.
Definitely.
I
was going to say we've already got a schedule already for building. So I don't know what show. I think Babbling for Britain's playing out at the moment, isn't it? So
yes, it is Blabbing for Britain, and later there's the.
What did I say? Babbling.
Babbling. It's probably the same. It's probably the equivalent. So blabbing on video and babbling on audio. Yeah. And I'm just going to take a look at the station itself, and the program today is. I've got volume. That's no good. Hang on. It won't stop. Such the way of things. Right. Okay. I think I'm there. Blabbing for Britain, and then we've got Roz from Australia at 11. We've got Gospel from Rochester at 12. Para from the US.
What's the show's about? Just for a bit of information for people.
Right. Well, what do I say about Blabbing for Britain? Blabbing for Britain has been going 172 weeks, and it's four guys talking about what's happening in the UK or not happening in the UK and around the globe. And basically, we get on so well after the time we've been together, and we just enjoy talking. And we have a regular audience from the States and Canada and the UK. And then 11 o'clock is Intuitive Chat with Leanne and Roz. Now, Leanne is a medium, and her shows, live shows, attract large audiences. And it's an experience to listen to the show with Leanne and Roz.
Yeah.
Gospel is very hot on the financials and helping people with money. And her show is...
It's lucky you finished that sentence and not stopped halfway through. You go, Gospel is very hot on financials.
And we say good morning, Corinda. Hi. And 172 weeks, 3.5 years.
Wow.
Nearly.
Do you still have the early episodes?
Oh yeah, we've got episode 1. Never look back though. Never look back. I mean, technology then was nowhere near what it is now. And Gospel is as a full name, and Emagara is Gospel. Thank you, Corinda.
Carry on. Gospel is about finance.
Gospel is about finance, yeah, and helping people sort out money problems and get the best investments. And then we come to the Power Hour, and the Power Hour is aptly named because Anita and Dolly are a powerful duo, and their show only started 4 weeks ago, and they take a topic each week and they talk about it. And they're talking about the powers at the moment, and last week was gratitude, and they just have between them, they've got sort of a bit like we have, really. They've got a bit, there's something that leaps out of the live video.
Yeah.
When they're actually talking to each other.
But the audio is the same. I've listened to it in the background when I'm doing work and other things, and bits and bobs, and it stands out. It's the best way. So, and it's catches you, grabs your attention. Probably the best.
It does. It draws you in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were saying that the shows that we've taken across from Facebook work well on radio because
they do. It gives it that different angle that's, I think, probably missing. One of the things I discussed with you that's missing, chat and stuff on radio. Not proper. You do get discussions on radio, but it's not as in depth as it could be, and I think we fill that gap with more in-depth discussion and chat.
True. And we've got a number of people. Corinda is saying, is the broadcast your community on the site? I couldn't find it. Right, okay. All the broadcasts are local community and global community. Every single broadcast that's actually featured on the station is bringing together local and global communities. That's the aim of the station, isn't it? To actually build the community locally and build a community internationally.
Yeah. One big community with little communities, each giving their input to make this big community.
Totally. And then, yes, Wild Bill Hickok. Now, you best explain where this comes from.
Yeah. I keep getting it mentioned to me. I've had it mentioned to me a few times by people. Like, I'm tuned in and I'm listening to Wild Bill Hickok. What's going on here, sort of thing. But they enjoy it, and because it's something they're not expected. And what it is old American radio drama, and you don't get much drama in the UK on radio unless it's BBC 4, BBC 4 Extra. And so back in the day, they made some brilliant radio dramas. You imagine they probably did all these dramas live, and some bloke in the background with the sound effects while they're doing their bit, and they're really good. So they're out of copyright now because of that old. I thought, hey, why don't we stick them in the schedule and see how they goes? But they're brilliant to listen to. You have to use your imagination, but you're not. The thing is, with it, you're not stuck with an image that the broadcaster's giving you like you would on TV. You can have your own image of it, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's to your own imagination, and they're extremely well crafted, aren't they? I mean, there's a lot of
I mean,
a lot of expertise.
We look at the technology you had back then when they made them. It's brilliant because they would have been live, and any screw ups would have, but they run flawlessly. They you actually fall into it. The sound effects are brilliant. And there's probably just some guy banging a table or rubbing something on the table or something, and it's just brilliant.
Was it the BBC radiophonic workshops on the BBC side of things where they had all the weird, like a horse galloping and two coconuts and.
Well, they're famous for a lot of Doctor Who stuff. Funny, probably a lot of people don't know that actually the Yeti in Doctor Who, you must remember the Yeti in the underground, is actually a toilet flushing slowed down. It's true. And what's the other one? The TARDIS taking off is a key being scraped up a piano string slowed down. So that's the TARDIS taking off. And when they did the theme, Ron Grainer created the theme. Delhi Derbyshire was the lady who realised it. Basically sat and cut up, because he didn't have editing software, that cut up little bits of tape and then recorded one level, then played that level and recorded another level over the top. So amazing technology. Just what it is just noises, random noises chopped together. And like you're saying, it's what the radiophonic workshop in this country achieved was amazing.
So you have it. While Bill Hickok is on at 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Which then brings us on to Ask Angelica, which I know something about because I'm actually in it. Ask Angelica is on at 4 o'clock, and it's German language tuition on the radio. And each episode of Ask Angelica is centered around a particular topic. And if you listen to the audio, you'll be taken through a journey, and you'll learn a few German words and phrases during the course as I mangle the phrases and try to translate them with Angelica's help. So that's good. And then 5 days live. Yes, 5 days live is a triumph in online teaching. Because we take you through the various aspects that you need to master in order to have a successful live broadcast. There's a team of 9 of us involved, and we just enjoy what we do, and we go live for 5 days, Monday through Friday. We've done that 4 times, and we're back again in May, and no doubt the recordings from that will turn up on United World Radio too. And again, as you said earlier, what it is, because it's 4 people talking, it works on radio as well as it did live.
Yeah.
And what we're building towards in the coming weeks is actually putting together, as Fonz suggested, that we have a video from each of the shows, and we're working on that at the moment. And we say,
and the other thing
morning,
about
Becky.
The other thing about it, that is, sorry, I just put myself off looking at that message. What was I saying? Right, back on track. 4 people in different locations. When you listen to it on radio, you could really think that they're all in the same place.
Is that the message that threw you?
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't know what's happened. You know the prizes from last year.
Yeah, from the show.
Yeah, I sent the prize out in the post.
Yeah.
Took it down the old post office, but it's not the only parcel I've lost there. So I don't know what's happened to it. I sent. I don't actually go there now to post my mail. I actually go take them into Royston. But
Right.
I post something out to somebody, some Doctor Who books they brought off me, and when I got on the other end, they were in a right state. So like 2 were missing, and so I don't know what's going on with his Aston Martin. It may turn up, it may not.
I remember that. He worked hard to win that. He's got to. Yeah.
I'll have to get him another one.
All right.
They're not cheap, about 10. I know.
Yeah.
No, I'll see about getting a replacement for you, mate.
Right.
I'll probably send it recorded delivery this time.
Back to Corinda. The shows that are on United World Radio at the moment, we're building up, and what we don't want, and Becky's saying use a different post office.
Yeah, I'll do that. Don't worry. I already got that one.
Yeah. And Corinda's saying, what about Stephen and Brigetti, which is the show we do on Fridays? They will all at some point get onto United World Radio, but for the moment we want a mix of shows on there. This show will be on there. This show will definitely be on there. This is episode 1, and when I put the title together, you'll notice that on the title I put United World Radio episode 001 because we've got space. Got space for 999 episodes.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. Yeah.
Right.
The thing is, as well, like Corinne was saying, you could stick all these shows on and be brilliant, but you know the nightmare we've had in the background, scheduling stuff, and
oh yeah,
it's a lot of hard work, and not everything was announced when it was being broadcast, in case it didn't go out. But I think we're getting there now, aren't we? It seems to be.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you got it all running. It's running like clockwork now, and we're grateful for everybody who's applied to have the show. We are processing them because they've all gone into a great big Google spreadsheet, and we're working our way through. So if you hadn't heard from us yet, you will. And thank you for sending in details in podcasts, and you can actually get in touch with us and submit your show on the website, which I'm going to post again, just so we've got it there more than once. And all we need to do is apply to be a presenter, and we can take it from there. In fact, it says become a UWR presenter, and that's the button you click, fill in your details, and you're there. Now, do you want to talk a bit about the jukeboxes? And the show, and the shows 60s, 70s, and 80s, because you would.
But the jukeboxes is just random songs. The original concept was I picked out songs from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s to get it going, and I did a bit of research and see which were the most popular songs at those times on radio. So looked up what was playing popular on radio at those times and put them into a playlist, and then I've since added songs from each decade and carried on doing that. And from that, it spawned into a rock and roll jukebox, which can be heard on Sunday, which is just rock and roll songs, which is mostly 50s and early music from that time. And you've also, on weeknights, I think it's 6 p.m. for the 60s. See what I've done there.
I see what you've done, yeah.
You get non-stop 60s music for an hour. And, of course, you'll have songs on it, and they will grow to even more. And then at 7 is the 70s, and you can guess at 8 is the 80s. But if there's any songs if you listen to them and you don't hear and you'd like to appear on the station, let us know. We'll stick it into the playlist for you.
And we have good wishes from Brigetti. Now, talking of Brigetti has a show, and it's in the Belivers group at 9:30 tonight in the UK. 9:30 tonight in the UK in the Belivers group. As we used to say in the UK, be there or be square, because you will find out, well, who knows what you'll find out. But I'll be there, and David Burrows and Theoni and Adair and Brigetti is running the show at 9:30 p.m. That's 4:30 Eastern in the Belivers group, and it is a place to keep up to date on information. That's all I'm going to say, but be there. If you're anywhere, be in the Belivers group at 4:30 or 9:30. And Becky's saying good morning to Brigetti, and Brigetti is saying she didn't. All right, okay. Brigetti's off to have a nap. She didn't get any sleep last night, so see you later today, Brigetti. Okay. Right, now, just a slight diversion for us. Tomorrow is Don't Stream and Drive Day, which of course the station is supporting, because Fonz and I will be there in the afternoon. Don't Stream and Drive Day is tomorrow. If you want to join and help promote awareness of Don't Stream and Drive, then you can actually join the broadcast tomorrow on this link. We start at 10 a.m. And you can follow the show throughout the day. It's on at 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. And what we want to do is to raise awareness of the fact that you shouldn't stream and drive. And the whole day is dedicated to that, with guests from around the globe, and hosted by Sergeant TCS Neil, our serving British policeman, with myself, Jonathan, and Fonz, and we'll be here at 10 a.m., 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Spreading the word about Don't Stream and Drive. Okay, there we have it. Well, we said anything could happen in this show.
Oh, definitely. Is there any? What's the shows after the 80s? Didn't do that.
All right. Okay. Yep. We can go down there. Right.
I think it's live sessions at 9.
It is. Yep. No.
So your favourite artists, but live.
Right.
And
Okay.
10 is more radio drama, crime classics, basically dramatised classic crimes. Really, I think Jack the Ripper's in there somewhere to give you an idea of what it's got. Then it's trying to remember the sealed book.
Sorry. Yeah. The sealed book. Yeah. Is at 10. Crime classics. The sealed book. Yeah.
Yeah. And I won't watch
Suspense.
that. Well, listen to these alone, and in a sanctum. Then that's it.
Yeah.
For the schedule, they're all like spooky stuff.
Yeah. It's amazing the quality of all the broadcasts from years ago.
I tidied a few of them up. They were a bit of a mess, some of them. So.
All right. Okay. What do you use to tidy them up?
What's this stuff called? Bear in mind, I've got to find it on here, so I've had to shut you down.
All right. Okay.
Z Topics, I think it's called like that.
All right. Yep.
Have you ever heard of it?
No. We'll have to talk about it in a show.
Oh, yeah. It just what it does. It takes all the crack. It's brilliant because it takes all the noise out and just focuses on the vocal track and brings it forward.
Good.
So it cleans it up a bit.
Right. Well, you can send us your MP3s or your MP4s. We have the technology. We can rebuild anything and get it live on United World Radio. And the feedback we've had is, well, astonishing, really. Especially from presenters who've gone, I'm on live radio.
It's done better than I think we imagined, because at the end of the day, we're not trying to. So people, when we're not trying to create a big station, we're just giving people an opportunity to hopefully start off with us, get the first steps into radio, and probably and if they like it, probably progress to bigger things in radio.
That's it. It's a stepping stone, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the other thing is that it means I know that Tish likes to listen to shows as opposed to watching them, because she's seen us all before, so she doesn't need to. She knows what we look like, so she can actually listen to shows on the go, and it does mean that where you're out walking, jogging, whatever you're doing, you can actually listen to United World Radio, and you can hear your favourite shows from Facebook Live whilst you're doing that, and that's the aim is to allow people to have a wider audience and perhaps start off in radio.
Definitely. And I certainly listen to it when I'm doing stuff in the background. More, you know what I mean? If I've got a video, I've got to look at the screen.
Yeah.
This way I can do other things while I'm listening to it. So it's brilliant for that.
Yeah. Well, I listen to it too because it takes me back. I mean, the thing about the music is that you associate a particular time of your life with the music, and it draws you in, takes you back, and you can just listen to it and chill whilst you're doing what you're doing. And we'd love you to have United World Radio in the background as you're surfing the internet. That's our aim anyway.
Definitely.
Right, this has been our first episode, and Fonz, would you like to close? Because we don't want these to be. This is not an hour-long show. This is just keeping you up to date.
Well, we said 15 minutes to start, but we've passed that. No, anybody who wants to get in contact, please get in contact. We'd love to hear what you think of it as a station as well. So, is anything you like, you don't like, or a wish list? Let us know, and we'll see what we can do. And of course, we'd love to hear your songs as well. And if you want to make a show, get in contact.
Just because we always brainstorm, how about independent artists? Are they welcome?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Right. Okay.
Definitely. So if we get enough independent artists who submit songs, we could probably make a show just independent artists. So if you're an independent artist, get your stuff in, and we'll definitely add it. we're all for that.
Brilliant. Until later this week, this is Stephen and Fonz saying thank you for watching and take care. And all right, okay. A question from Becky before we go. What music did you listen to in your teens? That's both of you. Well, that's going to age me. I'll go first. Music of my era was a group called the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Donovan, Dylan, Kinks. I was there.
Yeah.
Right, Fonz, over to you.
Well, I was born a few years after you, but
1 or 2,
yeah. But strangely, I grew up with a mother and father. My mum loved Elvis, and I got sick of listening to Elvis, and I detested him as a child. I actually like him now. As you grow up, you start to appreciate it. But I was a big John Lennon fan because my dad liked John Lennon and Buddy Holly. I remember as a child back in the day, God, when you'd be driving in his car and no seat belts, nothing, looking out the back window of the car, wondering how you're still alive these days. But that was the norm back then, singing along to Buddy Holly. So my childhood and all that, although it was probably 20 years after, was listening to the Beatles and John Lennon and Buddy Holly.
There you are. Right. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. We can say that because it's still early. And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye. Right.